Yondu finally got the drip he deserves, hits his tier 3, and it's a summer vacation uniform. Now, this is a full cost uniform, 1,750 crystals. It will never be discounted, and it will also disappear very soon, in like a week or whatever it is. So yeah, unfortunately, there's FOMO involved with this uniform, but much like the summer uniform from last year, Mysterio, this one is a support uniform. So what you're getting as a support for Yondu is all alien allies are getting huge buffs. So that includes Yondu, but then that includes any other aliens. And if you take a look at the list of aliens in Marvel Future Fight, because it's just aliens, it's not male aliens, it's not hero aliens, it's just aliens. We do have a lot of meta options for PvE, and in the rare case that you would want to use it in PvP, I guess it's also there. But you have Gladiator, you have Thanos, you have Hela, you have Loki, you have Thor, all of those options. You have Star-Lord, Odin, a lot of really good selections here, Gamora, and then, you know, the list goes down from there. But yeah, a lot of great options here. Why I said PvE mostly and not really PvP is, as you can see from the buffs, this first buff is it does apply to PvP as well because it increases damage to villains, but you have better options, and supports generally don't do very well in PvP content. But then here, all alien allies get basic attack and damage to boss types. The damage to boss types is not going to apply to PvP, only to PvE. So you're still getting some pretty nice stuff. And I guess if there were a meta of maybe something like Otherworld Battle, if there was some sort of meta where alien villains or just villains in general were dominating, then you could use this to buff up a bunch of aliens to give them extra attack and give them extra damage to villains. But that's unlikely. Like I said, the majority of his value is going to go in PvE. However, we already know he's a good support, right? It's pretty straightforward. He went from having no support abilities to having insanely strong support abilities. So what I want to do, we're going to see if he can actually be playable, because he has a really cool animations. He throws this water grenade on his 3rd skill, which looks nice. On his 4th skill, he shoots out a bunch of sparkles, which also looks pretty sick. And then on his 5th skill, he uses a Yaka arrow and he hitches it to a surfboard. Unfortunately, this is not a V-pad skill, but it's still really sick. So the combo I'm looking to pull off is 3, delay cancel 4, delay cancel 5. I know that's a lot of delaying, and it's a lot of hits at the beginning on 4. There's not a lot of hits on 3, but there are about 10 hits on 4. So I don't think Yondu is proc friendly, I'll be honest with you guys. And if you wanted to make him proc friendly, you're going to sacrifice a bunch of hits. And then, of course, that's not very good. But yeah, you can still get about 62 hits. He doesn't have a lot of hits, right? He tops out at about 75 hits. So you can still get most of those hits if you make him proc friendly. But just keep in mind that, yeah, he's not that proc friendly. It's all just base physical damage, so you don't have to worry about elemental damage or anything like that. His build is pretty straightforward. This is what it looks like for me. And he's got these kind of stats here. He is listed, right? He's listed solely as a support for both PvE and PvP. But he does have the Weapons Master and the command abilities. So with that being said, I wanted to put him through 2 tests. First test is, can he do any damage on his own? And then second test is, can he actually compete with some of the best supports in the game, a la White Fox? First up, with an absolutely unethical triple support, this is Nick Fury and Shuri. We're going to see if Yondu can pull off some tricks here. Okay, the proc activated on the 5th skill. It wasn't the best rotation there, but it was certainly something. I'm going to proc on 6 now. This is tier 3 skill. We have a 180 proc obelisk with ignore dodge. Okay, yeah, things are definitely happening. Oh, okay. Well, I think he can be proc friendly. There's just no damage. The problem is not that he's not proc friendly. The problem is there's no damage. So yeah, but it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Not bad, not bad, not bad. It's not great. It's not great. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. It's not great. Like, you would expect the damage to be pretty high on his tier 3, but yeah, it's just, I mean, it's definitely there. It's definitely there. There, I missed my proc, finally. It's definitely there. I think he could, I mean, if you want to get crazy with something like a rage, bro. Like, it's not bad. He could do 49. If you really wanted to use Yondu, as a standalone character. Yeah, but it's just like, it's kind of rough when he does a proc, right? When he misses the proc or whatever, it's kind of rough. 1 bar, 2 bars, 3 bars, 4 bars, 5 bars. You know, it's pretty good. I missed my proc. It's pretty good. Like, it's not bad when he lands the proc. Oh, he's slow. Ooh, he's slow. Oh, he's got weights in his pockets. But yeah, you really can't cancel the 4. Yeah, I wasted the tier 3 there. Okay, yeah, this part of the testing probably doesn't need to last very long. He can definitely do some content, but the question is, would you want him to do that content? Like, I'm pretty sure the answer is no. I missed my proc. Sag. Oh, man, I wish he was more proc friendly. Like, I think he'd be more fun to play. You know? Because he's got such cool animations. But then... Oh, boy. I got stuck in his 5th skill. Yeah. He's got cool animations, but the damage is just pretty bad. Even for triple, like, insane triple support. And a 180 proc, right? With ignore dodge. Like, okay, like, just for reference here... What kind of damage is Shuri doing with the same kind of... Well, actually, with fewer buffs, because she doesn't have the buffs from... Yondu, right? She doesn't have the buffs from Yondu, and she doesn't have any proc at all. She just has an insight CTP. So if Shuri's doing similar damage, I'm just randomly spamming shit, right? I'm not even really like pressing the buttons properly. I mean, I'm pressing the buttons properly. It sounds like I'm not pressing the buttons properly. I'm pressing the buttons properly, but yeah, you can see the damage is not that much worse. And yeah, so okay, I think let's put that to rest. You're not getting Yondu to give him an 180 proc obelisk. You're getting Yondu to use him as a support. But now let's see how he performs against some of the best supports in the game. So we're going to put Yondu up against White Fox for someone like Thor. And the nice reference here, for if you look at aliens, is you actually have a lot of aliens who have, well, not a lot, but you have 3. You have 2 here. Leadership, you have Thor with the leadership ability, and you have Gladiator with the leadership ability as well. So White Fox is getting the full value, right? So how does Yondu stack up to something like seasonal White Fox? In order to test this properly, we're doing Dormammu solo. We're going to do the first phase with just 1 support in each case for Thor. So Thor is going to be using his own leadership, and he's going to be using either White Fox support or he's going to be using Yondu support. We're going to see how those two are going to match up. We're going to pop the tier 3, and this should get us there. So he's able to one-shot the first phase in about 15 seconds. Let's take a look at the second phase as well, since it's going pretty fast. We're going to go ahead and pop this off and set up for the tier 3 here. Okay. Pop the tier 3. Not bad. Okay, so we're looking at about a minute for the full clear here, with Thor with just 1 support being White Fox. And we got it. In order to more accurately simulate the comparison, because White Fox has a CTP of Insight with a 2020 roll, I had to give Yondu a CTP of Insight as well to replace that obelisk with the same 2020 roll. So now the comparison is as accurate as possible. So rolling into Dormammu again, the time to beat is 9 minutes and 6 seconds, which is a 54-second clear solo. And we're also hoping for a, clear here where we get through. Okay, he's actually doing too much damage. Okay, so this is good and bad. This is bad for the clear, but I think with the eye test, this shows that he's actually doing more damage, because with White Fox on the team, he actually didn't do enough damage to trigger that phase change. That's really funny. So I lost time. We lost about 10 seconds. But we actually did more damage. So I actually think Yondu is a better support, which is crazy. Yondu's a better support than White Fox. That's nuts. Wow. Yeah, look at this. We're actually catching up despite that ball phase. So despite going through the ball phase, which White Fox didn't have to do, we are so close. Look at this. We're off by just a little bit here because we just don't have the skills. Wow. So I'm actually fairly confident that Yondu is a better support for alien leadership types than White Fox, which is crazy because everyone assumes if you have the leadership tag, then automatically the best support for you is White Fox. And now I know Yondu is not going to apply to like humans with the leadership tag or mutants with the leadership tag like Cable. So it's not going to be like a one size fit all. Whenever you're using White Fox, you can now just slot in Yondu instead. But like I said, it applies to Gladiator, it applies to Thor, it applies to all, you know, all the other aliens that had the leadership ability, and any of the aliens that don't have the leadership ability. If you just have a really strong alien that doesn't have the leadership ability, and you were using White Fox or somebody else, Yondu just blows them out of the water completely. But let's do one more test. Let's say you had completely free-to-play cards in World Boss, no Pierce whatsoever, but you have your tier 4 Thor, and you want to decide whether you want to save up real money to get White Fox's uniform at Christmas in order to give Thor the maximum support possible, or whether you're like, you know what, I'll just spend 1,750 crystals on Yondu. Let's find out. With no Pierce on my cards, this is what Thor can do on stage 9 using just White Fox's support. We're using no strikers here, and we're using Spider-Man as just a placeholder third character, not doing anything here. We're going to play just as aggressively in both runs, popping the tier 3 while the laser guys queue up their thing, and then, you know, casually running away so we don't die. But this is going to take us about 23 seconds. 23-second phase 1. And on the other hand, let's see how Thor performs with Yondu. Same exact strategy here. We're going to rip this one. And yeah, you can already tell we're doing more damage, which triggers the laser boys sooner. Which is really funny because it actually then delays us. But yeah, look at that. 17 seconds. That's so obviously better. It's so obviously better. It's only like 5 seconds, but when you're talking about such a short time, like 23 seconds or 17 seconds, the difference of 6 seconds is almost like 50% faster. Right? It's like 30% faster, but it's genuinely a lot faster. Again, considering that you're talking about so few skills being amplified, right? Because I only did 2 rotations. So you think about that. That's like, you know, less than 10 skills because I'm canceling 1 and 2 right away. So each one of those skills is being ramped by so much that it's like pushing the damage. It's crazy. So yeah, Yondu is the best support in the game for aliens, and in particular, you know, he's a viable replacement, which I never thought I would say. He's a viable, legitimate replacement for White Fox for alien leadership characters. Again, something I never thought I would say. And we have not one but 2 who are very strong with Gladiator and Thor. Yeah. So hit me up in the comments down below. Let me know what you think of Yondu. I think he's fantastic. But again, it depends on your needs as a player. If you need to buff those specific characters, hit me up, smash the like button if you enjoy the content, and I will see you in the next one. Take care.